Welcome back to the channel. 110 Octane is about all things automotive and fun things like that. So we're not going to be working on the Cobra today. Go figure, right? But we do have something special in the shop today. Harv, why don't you take it from here? What do we got?
Today, I think we'll be working on my car. It's a nice 2016 Plum Crazy Purple SRT.
Nice. So what do we got going on? What are we going to be putting on there?
So we just got mostly cosmetic items that we're going to add to the car to dress up the engine bay, and then we got some upgrades to the marker lights and other lights to LED from the factory, standard bulbs.
Sweet. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at those parts that we're going to be putting on today, and then we'll go ahead with the installs.
Sounds good.
All right, Harv. So why don't you go ahead and fill us in on what we have for parts here and where they're going to be going?
So we're going to start over here, the PCV valve. Yeah, love that. PCV cover. It fits over the box. The SRT has a larger box, not just a standard little valve. So this is just a decorative cover to dress it up.
All right.
Then we have over here, we have the radiator cap cover.
Nice.
For more dressing up.
Color match, very nice.
Yep. We have the steering wheel trim ring, so we can bring some red into the interior.
All right.
And we have a standard stick-on badge, nothing special, other than the nice color matching.
Nice.
And we'll be putting that on the rear of the car between the taillights.
Excellent.
We have our smoked marker lights, front and rear.
And those are those LEDs?
And these are LEDs.
Oh, sweet. That's going to look awesome.
And then we have another LED upgrade for the license plate light.
Nice. All right, well, let's go ahead and jump under the hood and start getting these pieces installed. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so we have the PCV box cover. Let's go ahead and see how that's going to fit.
Oh, look at that. We have a problem.
Looks like it's hitting the cross member here. Looks like the strut brace. So that shouldn't be too complicated. Looks like we have 3 studs right here. Let's see if we can get this thing into focus. We have 3 nuts here, 3 on the other side on the strut tower brace, and then we have this one here, this bolt here, and then we have this bolt over here that goes through, nut and bolt on the other side, and we'll lift that and then get that cover installed. Before we install it, we're actually going to clean this with some acetone to get any dirt, residual garbage off of that, so that the sticky back adhesive on the back right here is going to stick pretty good. So let's go ahead and start wrenching.
All right, so to start removal of the cross brace, we're going to need 13 millimeter to remove the 3 nuts on each side. We're going to need a 14 millimeter for the nuts that hold the Allen bolts, and then the Allen wrench to hold the Allen bolt steady.
All right, we're going to go ahead and do a test fit now that we've got the cross brace off, and it drops right into place. It looks pretty good. So now we're going to go ahead and pull it back off, clean it with acetone, pull the sticky back adhesive tape off there, and go ahead and pop it on.
Acetone to our rag so we can clean this up. I'm just going to clean up all that extra dust and stuff that's been collecting here for the last winter. All right, that should be good. And then we'll take the piece. We've already pulled the tape backing off and we'll set it in place. Give it a good press down to get that adhesive to stick. There we go.
I don't know, man, but that looks pretty freaking slick. Looking good so far.
Alright, so we're ready to install the radiator cap cover. So this is a slightly different circumstance. I really wanted the nice rounded cover they didn't make just the round one for this particular radiator cap. This radiator cap has the ears on it, so we decided that we'll do a little modification to that cap. So we made some slits in each of the ears and rolled them in, so now this cover will fit. So now, clean up, prep the surface. And then we'll stick this on. Let me try and get this in the right spot. Why is it not going on? There we go. All right, there we go. All right, now we got our PCV cover on. We're ready to reinstall the cross brace.
All right, well, we couldn't leave well enough alone, so what we did was we went ahead and got the hardware, the 3 nuts, actually 6 nuts, and we just ran them through the wire wheel, and we just gave them a coat of black paint so it neatens everything up. And let's go ahead and get this thing buttoned up. While Harv is getting that buttoned up over there, I'm going to go ahead and prep the other parts for installation. Alright, so what we did was we went ahead and got the PCV box cover on. We also got the radiator cap cover put on and dressed it all up. Looks really nice. How do you think it came out?
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's ready for a show, man. There's a couple other details I know you have on order. Once we get those in, we'll go ahead and install those there. We got the strut tower brace back in, and this thing's really starting to come together. So the color match pieces and everything really coming in nice, and the red braided hose covers, those came out really nice. So I think we're going to go on to the next part.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, so the next project that we're working on is replacing the marker lights. So these nice new LED smoked lenses are a direct replacement for the factory, and they're pretty easy to install. Most of them are pretty readily accessible from inside the car, except for the driver's side. That we have to pull apart the whole air box to be able to get down into that fender area. And then while I'm working on the 2 front ones, my friend Brian will take care of the rear ones.
So we're at the back driver's side, and here's the marker light. These are pretty simple installation, and what it is just this little clip here. We're going to go ahead and reach behind the rear quarter, release this clip, and then work it out. And this side here just locks into place. Disconnect the connector, reconnect the connector onto the new part, set it in and clip it in. And I'll do that for the passenger side while Harv is working up front.
For all those that are interested, this is just a standard SRT 392. It's not the Hellcat engine, but the Hellcat air intake is a direct replacement. So it comes in 2 pieces, and for most people's information, it comes bare plastic, so you have to add the seals on yourself to make it work and make it anti-vibration. But other than that, it's a direct replacement. All right, so the Hellcat air intake box really is only different in 2 ways. One, you have the air intake that goes behind the headlight, and then 2, the valley here is much steeper of an angle, so you actually get to use the whole filter. As you can see, right behind this headlight, there's a center cap that comes from the factory that you can pop out, and the back of the air intake basically connects right to the back of that headlight. All right, so reach down into the driver's side fender and working this clip out. There we go. Pretty straightforward. And we disconnect the clip by pushing up and away from the light. And then you pry this
Right here, pushing right there.
press right here and release the light. And then it's just a reverse to install the new ones. All right, now we're reinstalling or installing the new one. Basically press it in, get all the clips clipped down, and then we get to line up this connector through the larger opening because it is a fairly snug fit. And then you hook this onto the car, and then that snaps in place.
Man, such a slick little piece. Easy to put into. Looks good, man. Let's go get the other side done and then we'll test them out.
So we went ahead and Harvey went ahead and got the airbox reinstalled. We got all 4 of the LED marker lights, and those came out pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah, it's very
I mean, what was the highlight of that? I mean, the smoke look, or how bright they are.
That's a good question. I love how bright they are
Yeah.
and being smoked.
The smoke just gives it that hidden, like that mysterious look. There's no bright, orange or amber lenses, and when you turn these things on, they're bright.
They're
I mean,
very bright,
they
yeah.
really make the whole side of the car, and you can see that the LED is a whole strip. It's not chips.
Right.
So that really shows really well. And once we went ahead and tested those here, you can see that we tested them here. They're pretty bright, and that really sets them apart from a lot of the other challengers. I was going to call it a Charger. I was ready to get a dope slap on that one. But from the other challengers. And then we went to the back, and what else did you install in the back?
We installed a replacement license plate light, which is probably a good thing because this one, the little tab that holds it in, broke off. So now I got a nice new bright LED version
Yeah.
that snapped right in, quick install.
Yeah, super bright, right? I mean, it just helps the cops follow them a little bit longer, but it's all right. I mean, it's pretty bright. I like it back there. It's nice, clean look. And then what else did you install in the back?
So the one last thing we installed in the back is we took off the Dodge lettering and we filled in between the taillights with some body wrap with the American flag and a nice new SRT emblem.
Yeah, I really like how the SRT, the colors, I mean, you get purple and red in the back.
Yep.
Carries the theme throughout the rest of the car. And getting that centered, I think that's going to look fantastic too. Another piece that not only the marker lights, but those little trim accessories like shown really set the car apart. It's going to be different at a show.
Yep, it definitely is.
So there's a couple things we didn't get to tonight, and those were what? The sunroof. We have a sunroof decal.
And the steering wheel trim.
Yeah, the steering wheel trim. So we'll just pick up on another evening, and so you guys come on back and see what else we're going to be doing to this car behind us, or whatever else happens to stroll into the garage on a Wednesday night. So we'll catch up with you guys on another evening. Thanks for joining us. Take care.